Hello everybody, today is July 16th, 2025. My name is Joy and you have reached my Flosstube. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm gonna get right into it. I'm trying to make these like super short. I want these around 25-30 minutes, and my last one, like, I can't even tell you how long it was, but it was ridiculously long. So let's jump into it. I am going to start with my Whipco pieces. I have Emerald City. I started in the middle right there, but then last week I moved up to start. This is kind of a crop picture, so you don't quite see all of it, but I started going up in here with 310, and the way that the chart imported, so here's my, where's my finished page? Right here. That's my finished page in the middle. But so I went through, I gridded. Oh my goodness, it took forever. But I think I'm going to keep working on the page overlap part here. It imported weird, so it didn't import the cells on the overlap, so I have to stitch the grayed out areas. So I think I'll probably go through and work on that this week. Then I have my Korok piece, and I've been working on doing a conversion of one. I'm gonna do the autumn recolor one, and so here's what that's supposed to look like, and here's where I'm at so far. So like I said, I'm gonna change his face colors. Well, actually his entire body a little bit. So his body's gonna be more brown, with his face gonna be orange and yellow. And so have a little bit more of an autumn version of him. And then I'll stitch it as normal for the other one. Then I also have birthday cake. This is Catherine Stitch's birthday Sal. Here's what it's gonna look like. And here's where I'm at. So I'm trying to finish this by my birthday. I'm stitching this on 32 count. I forgot to tell you. The Korok is 32 count, Grace Notes linen in the color Sarah. Emerald City is 25 count, Easy Count Lagana. This is 32 count, Grace Notes in Aqua Fresca. So I want to have this finished by my birthday. I don't think I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try. And then I decided that I need to get some progress on my whips. So I am going to spin the wheel, pull 3 whips, and work on those for an hour this week. I did 5 last week and that was just way too much. So I'm gonna do 3, and I'm gonna pause and make sure that my wheel is right. Okay, I think I got it updated right. So here's number 1. The fox. All right, let me just write that down. Sorry. All right, 1. I wondered if I'd get that. July Cottage of the month. Oops. Take those off. Cottage of the month, July. And then, that's so funny. I was thinking, oh, I hope that pops up because I would love to get some time on that. And then October, Cottage of the Month. All right. So I'm going to be working on some cottages, which is totally fine by me because I absolutely love those. So let me pull those. I'll be right back. Okay, so first up is the fox. This is number 1 in, I believe it's A Year in the Woods. I don't know what happened to my master copy of the pattern. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, this is what it's gonna look like. And I haven't done much on this. I'm doing this on a 28 count, I believe. No, I'm sorry, it's 32 count linen that I picked up at my LNS. So I originally started on the snowflakes in the middle, but then I was like, I don't know if counting off these snowflakes is gonna work. So I decided to start on the fox. So I started on his ear. I started on this when I was in Germany. I believe that's his right ear. So I'll work an hour on this and let you guys know where I'm at with it. Then I also have my July Cottage of the Month. I am actually doing this on, I don't think it's the called for, but it's very close. The called for is 28 count lamb's wool linen. I'm doing this on a 28 count, I think it's a Belfast linen. I love Belfast linen because it's like heavy and thick. And so that's my go-to. But here's what it's gonna look like. Isn't that fun? I love that. So I was thinking the other day, I'm gonna keep this tangent short because I'm already at 7.5 minutes. I was thinking the other day, I was like, you know, a lot of these designers in the United States, when they do July stuff, like it's absolutely amazing because, you know, those of us in the United States, it's Independence Day. We love celebrating our independence. We love our country. But I was like, but the people outside the United States, like, they have all these American flags all over everything. So, yeah, it's just a thought, not a criticism at all, because I love having the American flag on everything. And, you know, I know that their customer base in the United States is probably much larger than anywhere else in the world. But yeah, I'm not complaining. It was just a thought. So anyway, here's July. I always start up on the top border there. Yeah, sorry. So I'm using the called for colors. The only thing on these is I changed the fabric. I think there's one green I substituted because I was too lazy to go out and get the right green. So, but not a big start on this. I started this one in December last year for Flossmas, 12 days of Flossmas. I did a new start and I picked all these Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needlework. So not a ton on this one. So this one I would have done 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, December 20th is when I would start this one. So I realized on these that I think I like the 32 count, 36 count better than the 28 count because they're just kind of big. They're bigger. It's like basically 14 count. So I don't know. It's just my preference on that. So, and then, oops, gotta put this back in there. Then I have October Cottage of the Month. I love the colors on this. they're not like super bright orange. They're like more of a yellowy orange. And the green is just gorgeous. I'm doing this one on a 30 some odd count. Oh my goodness, teeny tiny start on this one, with the hanging thread. This one I dyed myself, but that's my start on it, and I would have done this one on December 23rd, I think. Christmas Autumn makes sense. I was busy. So anyway, I will work on all this stuff. Oh, and then I have my lady picture. It's the picture that my husband charted for me and gave me for Christmas. It's of my dog. Her name is Lady. And that's what it's gonna look like. And I'm doing extreme cross country on this one. So I think actually I'm going to Emerald City and all my big, huge full coverages. I'm going to do extreme cross country, which is taking one color, stitching that one color all throughout the piece. And it will free up a lot of my thread that I'm hoarding for each project. So these are my little thread keeper things. So I'll just put them away in their colors here, and pull them as needed. So look at this, look at all this thread that I keep buying for other projects, but I have a ton of it on hand. So anyway, goodness, October fell on the floor. Okay, so here is where I'm at on her. So it's gotten dark. I didn't realize that. You guys are probably like, you are getting so dark. Wow, that's bright. Okay, we're not doing that. So here's where I'm at on that. Started in upper left hand corner. And so I'm just gonna keep going with it. This is 25 count, easy grid Lugana. Easy count Lugana, something like that, I don't know. But this one isn't that big. So hopefully this will be somewhat of a quick finish. But anyway, I do this, her birthday is August 20th, so I work on this the 20th of every month. And that falls this week. I think it's next Friday. This Friday. No, this Sunday. Oh goodness. So anyway, that's where we're at. So anyway, I will be back when I have an update. Hello everyone, it is Saturday evening and I'm coming to you with an update. I am in the middle, there you go, of what I have decided to call my Stitch 60. That's where I pick a project from my whips and I stitch 60 minutes of it. So I worked on my July cottage and my October cottage of the month. So, as a reminder, this is what it's gonna look like. I love this. I need to pull this one out and stitch it more because I mean it is July right now, so I'm feeling all the July vibes, but I need to I don't know, I just love this one. I love the red, white, and blue. So as a reminder, this is what it looked like before I did my 60 minutes. And here is where I am after. So I don't feel like I did a ton. I finished up, No, no, that was already done. So I just did, I think the green, the leaves were already finished. So I did the flowers, which I feel like I should have done more for 60 minutes, but for whatever reason, oh, you know what? This is the one that I forgot to start my timer on. So I might not have actually stitched the full 60 minutes on this. Basically I stitched through an episode of Yellowstone, or an episode and a half of Yellowstone, because we started the other one during dinner, and yeah, yeah, so I might not have done a full 60 minutes on it, so I may pull it out again, but right now I'm gonna go with this is what I have. So, but look at that blue. That blue is I think it's Classic Colorworks, and it's so pretty. So anyway, so that's what I did with that one. And then I had my October one. This is what it's gonna look like. Oh, that other one, you know what? No, I already told you the details of July. So here's October. And here is where it was before I stitched on it for an hour. And here is after an hour. So I only had a little bit of this border done. So I finished the border and started working on the flowers. So not a ton, but I mean, it's, you know, it's only an hour on a border. We all know that those tend to take forever and be a lot of work. So now I'm working on the fox, and then my normal stitching. I got a lot done on Korok. I'm hoping to get a little bit more done before I show you what I did for the week. I still need to touch Emerald City and Birthday Cake. And then tomorrow's the 20th. So stitch my lady picture. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. I will see you when I have another update. Okay, so I'm refilming this because I had already gone through my Cottage of the Month pieces in my previous update, and that was long enough ago that I totally forgot. So I'm gonna put this away because you've already seen it, and go back over my my other pieces. So I just showed you my Cottage of the Month for my Stitch 60. My other one is the Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. As a reminder, this is what it's gonna look like. This is where I was before, and here's where I am now. So it doesn't look like I did a lot, but I actually did a decent amount. I had to go through and pick all this out because when I stitched it, I was on an airplane going to Germany, coming home from Germany, one of the two. And I skipped a hole. So it threw everything off, and I decided that I'd rather frog it than try to fudge it. So I had this part of his ear done, and I had come down and stitched all this and then came back down here. So I had to pick all the orange out. So I restitched all the orange, did the white over here and the black, and then started on the white here. So yeah, I don't know how many stitches that is, but it took, you know, the full 60 minutes. So, no, not including the frogging. So I had started stitching, and then I realized my mistake and frogged, stopped the timer, picked it all out, and then restarted. So that's where I'm at on him. I'm pretty sure he's still on my Whip Go board. So hopefully he'll come up soon. I kind of want him to wait until December to come up so I have kind of like seasonal stitching, but I'm good if he comes up sooner because I love him. So on the 20th of the month, I did my lady picture because her birthday is August 20th, so I stitch her on the 20th of the month. I'm pretty sure I showed you this in the last update. So as a reminder, here's where I was. And here is where I got to. I think I did about 300 stitches on this. So just bringing this 612 further down. And yeah, I feel like I made a fair amount of progress on that. This is the only thing I stitched that day. So yeah. So I believe she is also on Whip Go as well. So she is yet to come up. I did not stitch Emerald City this week. I did, however, work on my Korok. So here's where I was at the beginning of the week. And here, here is where I ended the week. So I got a good amount of progress, and I believe it was just the outline at the beginning of the week. I filled in all the brown and started filling in his face. So he's gonna be stinking adorable. Love him so much. This one is so much fun to stitch. Oh my goodness. I'm actually excited that I get to do him twice. So, yeah. So loving these colors. Like I just absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite projects, I think, so far. And then I only stitched on birthday cake today. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of July. So here is where I was at the beginning of the week. And here's where I am now. So I filled in a little bit here. I can't remember if I filled down here or not. I know I got this orange star and started filling in, I believe, some of the blue around and the greens. May have done some of that green too. I don't remember. But anyway, so I'm making progress. I think I'm gonna give up on trying to do a birthday finish for myself because it's just too much pressure and it's not fun for me to stitch with the deadline. So when I did the train for my dad, I decided no more deadlines. It's just not fun for me. So it's more of a chore. I sit down and I dread it. And so I got to the point where I started dreading doing this, and I don't want that because this is a beautiful piece. It's fun to stitch. So I'm just gonna stitch on it. I'm gonna make it a focus piece, definitely. Keep it out, keep going until it's done. But I just realized I have a traveling thread on here. I don't know. Can't really see it through it's in the middle here. It's one of the pinks, it goes from top to bottom. So I'm just gonna keep it out, try to work on it every day. But I'm not gonna pressure myself to get this done by a certain time. So that is it. I feel like I made some decent progress. I need to finish getting this room back together. You never know it by looking at the room, but if you looked at the closet, it looks really amazing. So once I get the room cleaned up, I'll show you what I did with the closet. I need to get a new option for the doors because these are the sliding doors that I absolutely hate because you can only see half the closet at a time. So, but anyway, let me know what you're stitching. Not that any of us need to be enabled anymore, but I'd really like to know, you know, what you're working on and kind of live vicariously through you. So, anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I hope that you've been having an incredible summer so far, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!